So I wish I could get up in this tree house. I'm gonna get on the trampoline for now. I might get up there one day. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I should have sprayed myself with some bug spray. It's been interesting as usual. It's like in my life, things happen either all at once or nothing at all. So today, I'm grateful for the provision and sustenance of the Most High, and for the wisdom that He has given me. He is showing me how to seek His face and how to recognize His voice and how to run away from strangers and how to be firm on what I know, even when people are trying to tell me different, because their reality doesn't match mine. But that's okay. And I'm getting better at fortifying my boundaries. Sometimes it comes out a little rough, because by the time I really have to fortify the boundary, that means it has already been danced on quite a bit. And it's not like I don't say anything, it's just that people don't seem to hear me until I get firm or loud. And I really don't enjoy raising my voice. I just don't. I don't enjoy the energy that it takes. I don't enjoy the issues that it can create. So I like to stay calm and chill, and I get frustrated when things disturb my peace. Although I know nothing can be peaceful all the time, and I do my best to work around it as much as possible, but sometimes people just don't get it. And it's hard for me, because I can understand when people really do have the best intentions at heart, and they are just doing the best that they know how, and they are genuinely interested in my well-being and wanting to protect me. But it's also important for people to understand that help is only help when it's actually needed. Like, and this is a revelation that came to me today because of situations, and it helped for me to see me. That was a trigger, apparently. And because, number one, it's hard for me to ask for help, first of all. And number two, for whatever reason, people feel the need to want to take care of me. And it's like I am walking a fine line between learning how to be in a receptive mode versus just going along with what people want to do for me because it's free, or they call themselves helping me. But it's like, help is only beneficial if it's actually needed. Like, if I didn't need your help and I wouldn't ask for your help, or if I ask for your help for one thing, that doesn't mean I need you to take care of everything else. Like, and then when I tell people why I don't need help, is because my help comes from the Lord. Like, if God is moving through you to want to share something with me, or to want to collaborate, or to want to be beneficial in some way, then for one, me personally, I had to learn this lesson, because I used to be that way. Like, somebody has a problem or something that I perceived as a problem, I would immediately try to fix it. But I had to realize that, first of all, just because I had a problem with something that somebody is going through doesn't necessarily mean that they have a problem with it. And because of the changes in perceptions that I've had lately about the things that I've been going through, I'm also understanding that just because somebody thinks you're going through something don't necessarily mean you are really in a bad way. So sometimes when people think they helping, they just in the way. And that sounds harsh when you're thinking about people who just trying to help. But at the same time, it's like, when I am working towards a specific task, basically, if the help you're trying to give me is not related to the task at hand, then it's not really help. It's just extra. And right now, I don't have the capacity for extra. I really just don't. And I'm doing my best to be humble and to be available to people that need me. And I understand that sometimes people just want companionship, and sometimes that's just how people relate or interact. But I also have to be authentic to how I feel. And when I get to the point where I have to be firm on a boundary, for me, that is an indicator that it has already gone too far. Because before I feel the need to be firm on a boundary, I have already stated that boundary multiple times. And then when I raise my voice or have to be firm, like, sometimes I don't even raise my voice, but when I have to really put my foot down, like, look, I need for you to pay attention to what I'm saying to you, and I need for you to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, then, you know what I'm saying, sometimes that catch people off guard, because I am so easygoing. And I just need people to understand, just because I'm easygoing don't mean I'm going to go along with anything, and don't mean I'm stupid. I'm starting my blog, and I'm getting so much clarity and understanding, and I'm so grateful that the Most High works with us and has patience to help us to get to a point of surrender and obedience, because once you get to that point, everything kind of flows a lot more smoother. But then it's like, people can't fathom that life can be that way. And it's like, when you're trying to explain to them, their minds can't grasp it, because they just cannot fathom life being different than what they perceive it to be. And it's like, just because it's that way for you don't mean it's that way for me. Like, I understand your concern, and I appreciate the information that you're giving me, because the information is helpful. But I don't need all the information, and sometimes I don't have the time to listen to all of that unneeded information. It's just filling my mind with stuff that is not needed right now. And it's just clogging up when I'm working so hard to clear and declutter. It's just throwing more junk. Like, it's really true what people say about how your space is a reflection of your mindset. And I'm losing the tolerance for clutter. And because people are so used to having stuff and holding on to stuff, they can't understand that I'm better without it. Like, because they would be uncomfortable in certain conditions, they cannot understand that I'm okay with that. Like, because they don't have the same tasks that I have, they cannot understand that sometimes things just are what they are, regardless of how you feel about it. And I'm just kind of learning how to navigate the nuances of being able to still be peaceful and interact with people who just don't get it and who genuinely have my best interests at heart but are becoming a hindrance because they just don't get it. They can't hear me when I'm trying to explain how they can actually help because they're so busy trying to help in the way that they can process. And that's okay because people can only communicate or interact or relate to the capacity that they have, but it's just, this is the frustration of being out in the world and learning how to love people for real and unconditionally, because you are loved, because God is love. And just because we don't agree don't mean we can't get along. It don't mean that we can't have peace. It don't mean that there isn't true love. But also, just because there is love does not mean that I gotta be in your face all the time. And I'm learning to appreciate the silence and the serenity of being alone sometimes. So I just wanted to share that. I hope everyone is in well-being and working towards wholeness and addressing the root core of issues and loving on yourself, loving on each other, loving on God, and having a wonderful night. Peace and blessings. The Most High loves you, so do I.